Oklahoma City. Two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And for the Warriors, they've got Draymond Green, DeAnthony Melton out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Moses Moody, and it's Santos in at the 4. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Now here's Moody. Back to Curry. The 3. Can't get it to drop. Curry against Hartenstein. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams. Puts up a 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Melton outside. Back to Curry. Green, a screen. Clock at 6. Here's Melton. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster. It is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A., guys who are going to make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC, piece by piece.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Tim, it was pretty unique to hear the Warriors vets say they don't want a team to mortgage the future trying to chase one more ring.
Really shows you the selflessness of this group. Here you've got Steph Curry, a top 10 player in league history, who maybe would want one because there's no time like the present.
Thinking more like a GM than he is a star player.
Smart. Keep that cupboard stocked.
Now here's Holmgren. 17 points in his last outing.
And putting some power behind his drive. Holmgren managing to get there for an easy slam.
Melton passes to Moody. Here's Green. Curry looking it over. Sinks it from distance.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr, and he told me one guy that we have to always be cognizant of is Chet Holmgren. Coach explained his biggest impact comes on the defensive end, but we can't overlook his offense. There's a 7-footer with guard skills who can space the floor and is very efficient around the rim. Brian, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Curry. The Thunder making their last shot. The 3 ball. And the Warriors with another 3.
Yeah, I don't care if he's blindfolded. You're always okay with Curry taking a 3 from that range.
Hartenstein with a screen on Curry. Down low. And Hartenstein slams it in.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Green with a screen on Dort to the paint. And it's hammered home by Green.
Well, that's just an excellent job by Green as the screener. First he sets it, then gets the scoring opportunity.
Left side Williams. Dort outside. Fires the 3. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Dort. Williams has got 6.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Back to Curry. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
You can't have a better start than that, connecting on 4 of your first 5 field goal attempts.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
I mean, just hitting all their shots early. What an offensive game plan. It must be the coaching.
Melton passes to Curry. Green, a screen. Jacks up a three. Curry gets the bucket. 12 points for him.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Taking a look at defensive metrics, these are the guys who continue to block shots at a high rate. Chet Holmgren, 4th.
And during this last month, he made a statement on the defensive end, just swatting away shots left and right.
And here are the Thunder now. They trail by 1. Pass to Hartenstein. Williams looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Hartenstein. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by Green. Golden State has gone 4 of 5 from distance here in the first quarter. Now here's Moody. Williams defending. Outside Curry. Puts it up from the high post. Hits the front of the rim and out.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Tim, watching Chet Holmgren, he brings a lot to the table.
Well, absolutely, Brian. He's got a wingspan of 7.5 feet, but still has touch from deep. It's really something to marvel at. Chet is redefining what a stretch big can be in the NBA.
And it's the Warriors with the ball, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Outside Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. From deep, Melton. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. The Thunder have got 7 of 8 in the basket. Here's SGA. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And that's now 6 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, the defense was getting physical, but Shai was able to maintain his balance and convert that.
Back to Curry. Launches a 3. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Dort to screen on Curry. Dort outside. Takes a 3. Oh, and a great assist by SGA. That one goes in. SGA's got 3 assists now in this one. SGA against Curry. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder, coming off that win against the Sixers.
And guys, those road games are never easy. But they had a solid strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
They were so precise with their execution. They didn't make many mistakes on either end, and that took the crowd out of the game.
Not going to go that time. The Warriors trailing. Green, the pass to Melton. Back to Green. Soft touch off the glass. Green's got his second basket on the night.
Well, that's just sheer toughness right there by Draymond Green. What a finish through that contact.
Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Curry. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
Melton outside. To the inside. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 19 points.
He has been in a great flow tonight, converting at a high rate.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Shot clock at 5. Outside, Williams. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists now tonight. Pass to Santos. Lets it go from deep. Williams grabs the board.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Dort outside. The 3 is up. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Porzingis is checked in for the Warriors. Pajemski comes in for Melton.
Substitution on the court.
Warriors trail by 5. Outside Pajemski. Back to Curry. Lets the 3 fly. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
On the wing, Wallace. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And the basket by Joe.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And defense has been the strength of the Warriors. So what do they need offensively, Tim?
Well, B.A., they need more consistent scoring outside of Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler certainly has helped, but to win at the highest level, it requires more than one 3-level scorer.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Now here's Wallace. He's closely guarded, and he gets that one. And the Thunder lead by 5.
Oh, neither of these teams can miss. At the same time, neither is playing a ton of defense either.
Outside Curry. They set a pick.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Back to Pajemski. Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
Now here's Wallace. Outside Joe. 4-3. The shot, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, the Thunder are a powerhouse without possessing a bunch of big-name stars. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said the front office does a good job of picking players to be a part of the organization, and Coach Mark Daigneault said our job as a team is for the whole to be better than the sum of the parts. Guys?
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
Now here's Mitchell. No made baskets yet. Fires for 3. Hits the 3-pointer.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. Green, a screen. Curry's shot is off. So it's Oklahoma City now. To the middle. And stolen by Porzingis. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And he lobs it up top. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
You see the reach of Porzingis. His length is what makes him a prime-time alley-oop threat.
Outside Mitchell. Wallace outside. 3-pointer. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Great effort to turn the miss into 2 points.
Yes, sir. Those are the hustle points. Curry from deep 3-point land. From beyond the arc and then some. And so it's Jalen Williams making things happen for the Thunder. He dropped 3 threes in that quarter. They haven't found an answer for him yet. More 2K action in just a moment. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Oklahoma City.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
And what about the collective effort so far from distance? Their shooters have been on point there.
We've got Brandon Pajemski, Kristaps Porzingis out there with Quentin Post. Then there's Gary Payton II. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Now here's Pajemski. Still no points, just 4 to shoot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Pass to Joe. Outside, Williams. From deep, Holmgren. 4-3, Holmgren.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
And here's Payton. Porzingis sets a screen. From the arc. Drains the triple. Porzingis has got 9.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's Wallace. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's Porzingis. Trailing by 4. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Pass to Pajemski. Porzingis with a screen on Mitchell. Now here's Pajemski. Check by Mitchell. Payton, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Down low. Here's Holmgren. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They come into this one having outplayed the Mavericks last time out.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
And the fact that they did all of that on the road was really impressive.
Now here's Porzingis. He had 22 in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Shoots over Holmgren. And that one's good. Porzingis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well within range for Porzingis. The Latvian probably was thinking these since he was young.
Mitchell, the pass to Joe. Holmgren outside. Back to Joe. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. The 3 from Mitchell. The rebound by Payton. Warriors trail by 4. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Porzingis sets a screen. Outside Pajemski. Outside Porzingis. Here's the 3. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Let's keep it going for your Warriors dancer.
Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Mitchell. Here's SGA. He had 22 in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he promoted team chemistry. That's how you do it, by moving the ball.
And this is Shea's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
And Tim, to have the success that SGA has had, is there something different to his approach?
Well, B.A., I just think he's so shifty, so quick in changing directions, and he can decelerate once he gets into the paint. That change of pace makes it very difficult to stop, and it's the reason he's the perennial league leader in drives to the rim.
Shout out Canada too, eh?
Of the North.
Now here's Holmgren. He has 7. Holmgren's size beats the contact.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Outside Moody. Williams against Payton. There's a screen. Here's Curry. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And that is exactly why Curry is must-see TV.
Outside Joe. Williams from long range. On target from range. Williams has got 12.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Now here's Melton, giving him some nice offensive production with 13 points a game. That's good from Curry on the assist from Melton. Curry's got 33.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Outside, Williams. Back to SGA. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
But I tell you what, SGA is a bona fide superstar, having another huge night.
Moody passes to Curry. Melton outside. There's the 3. No luck on that one.
Chalk one up for the defense. They forced a difficult shot.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, Shea showing no fear inside.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And some changes here for the Warriors. Green's checked in for Porzingis. And Santos is subbed in for Payton. Then for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein. He's checked in for Wallace. And it's Dort in for Joe. So it's the Warriors now. 4-point game. Here's Santos. He had 16 in the win against Dallas. Nails it from 3.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
SGA against Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Ooh, Shea driving it with a purpose.
And you see the acceleration right there. SGA turning it on.
Outside Moody. Back to Curry. Green with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry, that's good.
Yeah, boy, is he dialed in. Perfect from the field this period.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's off to Boston after this one, where they will face the Celtics. That'll be the last leg of a 6-game road trip for the club. Dort's shot is good.
Not afraid to shoot. Dort has become more confident in his jumper, and you see why.
Pass to Santos. Back to Curry. Launches it. Williams grabs the board.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
SGA doubled, out to the wing, outside, Williams. And another three for Oklahoma City. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave a team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Now, here's Williams. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
But he also had an impact as a facilitator, generating offense for others.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Curry's shot is off.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down.
And there's a whistle. That goes on D'Anthony Melton. That's his first foul of the game. Wallace, he's checked in for Chet Holmgren.
Number 22, Casey Wallace.
Wallace with it. He's got 5. Hartenstein with a screen on Melton. Shot clock at 6. Wallace, the pass to Hartenstein. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And that's exactly why Hartenstein has a very high career field goal percentage. These are the kinds of shots he's hunting.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And now let's pull up the numbers on the point guards with the highest assist averages over the last month. 5th is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, we all know that assists are what you're looking for in a point guard. And these guys understand that. They love making their teammates better. I love it.
Well, they are natural catalysts. Every one of these guys brings so much to the table, and all of it gets their team going.
Now here's Curry. He's got 38. To the paint. Oh, nice job in the paint from Curry.
He's done everything he can to give them a lift tonight, but it hasn't been enough.
SGA deciding where to go with it. Pass to Hartenstein. Outside, SGA. 13 feet out. He squares up and sinks it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 18.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
Melton outside. SGA against Curry. Back to Melton. Takes the 3. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Well, starting to stretch the floor. That's 2 triples for him this quarter.
SGA passes to Williams. Outside for Dort for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Curry and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Hey, he's doing everything he can to keep them afloat.
SGA against Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And continues his perfect night. It's unreal. I just hope he doesn't believe in the announcer's jinx.
Outside Curry. A minute 15 left to play in the first half. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And I'm not sure Curry can make that shot early in his career. He has added some strength over the years.
And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game. Mitchell's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Now into the lineup for the Thunder, number 25, A.J. Mitchell.
.102 left in the first half. Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. And the three-pointer goes. Williams has got 20.
He's got a solid rhythm going from the perimeter. 3 triples in the first quarter, and now 3 more since.
Pass to Santos. Outside Moody. Now Curry. Pulls up on the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Curry's got 46.
Are you serious? What a sweet move. Broke his ankles on that one.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Now here's Dort. Fires from deep. The rebound by Melton. That bucket makes him 3 for 5. Outside Mitchell from behind the arc. That shot missing. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Thunder. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Mark Dagnall. Coach, how are you feeling about the offensive performance in that first half?
Pretty good. Obviously, we got to get them under control on the defensive end. I thought they played in a pretty good rhythm, but I thought our energy was good. I mean, we got to stack some stops first. We got to get them out of rhythm, but I thought our offense was pretty good. We moved the ball, played the way we want to play.
You have to set the tone next. Thanks, Coach.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the start of the third quarter.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings.
I think for Oklahoma City, sitting in first place, they've taken care of business. With the playoffs fast approaching, they're where they need to be.
And we'll see how that home court advantage translates down the stretch. And switching topics, what about OKC? It's been nip and tuck thus far.
They're getting a lot of looks at the rim, and that defense has no answer for it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. The opponent just doesn't have the guys to stop you.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
Thunder with a lead. And on the floor for Mark Dagnall starting the second half. 2 big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position.
Dort has really improved this part of his game. Would love to see him shoot more often from out there.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied. It just continues to elevate his game year after year.
And Stephen Curry's been so good for so long. Tim, we tend to forget that early ankle injuries held him back.
Yeah, really, Brian, hard to imagine what he's overcome. Surgery in seasons 2 and 3 that strengthened his lower body and got those ankle braces. Sports medicine has unleashed a killer.
And that one falls for Curry. Tim, does it seem to you that Stephen Curry gets better when the buzzer is approaching?
Well, if that's true of anyone, it's Steph, B.A., a former clutch player of the year. He's very comfortable with the outcome in his hands.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And when we talk about NBA wings legs, what are the most important skills in your mind?
Well, everybody's going to talk about scoring and also being able to defend your position. But for me, to become an elite wing, you also have to be able to create, add that escapability with your handle.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Stephen Curry hears folks complaining about all the threes. He said it's new and everybody has their opinion. It's not like I can go out and do a 360 windmill, drive down the lane, and dunk on somebody. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping to keep shooting threes, so don't worry about that. Guys, back to you.
That's his superpower. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 20. Drops in the layup for 2. SGA's got 22.
I like the way they've established their offense to start the half. 3 straight makes.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Here's Melton. No good from 11 feet. Thunder leading by 4. Inside. Holmgren, the pass to Hartenstein. Count that one. Hartenstein's got 6.
Don't judge Holmgren by his size. He does have a passing skill set, finding shooters and getting them the ball.
Melton outside. Pass to Green. Here's Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Good! That's another bucket!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. SGA passes to Hartenstein. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 assists in the game. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
They're giving up a lot of points in the paint. That's something they have to address here.
The rotations right now are just not good enough. That's going to be a problem defensively all night.
And let's look at the Western Conference standings as the playoffs approach. You look at Oklahoma City, they're in the pole position right now for the top seed in the conference. And of course the Warriors, they're a ways down in the standings.
Well, I think for Golden State, they know what this month is all about for them. They just have to be aggressive and punch their ticket for the play-in. But that could be easier said than done.
Now here's Melton. He's got 9. Pass to Santos. Melton outside. From deep. The Thunder with the rebound.
I love those kind of looks as a player. Plenty of space and peace of mind to launch. Rarely see him that open.
Here's Williams. Give him 20. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Great touch from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow, that is so quick by Shea on the catch and release.
Curry passes to Melton. Curry, a screen on Dort. Melton with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Curry for 3. The shot comes out.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Shooting 1. They couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half. They've been perfect from the field so far.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander at the line for 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And one thing that makes Shea so effective is his command of the basketball. He can go either direction and stop on a dime.
Pass to Santos. Back to Curry. Oh, connects again.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Holmgren. Screen by Holmgren. Williams from long range. The rebound by Melton.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Outside Curry. Green with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry's shot is off.
He was torching them from deep in the first half, but he has not made one here in the second.
SGA passes to Hartenstein. Shot from 12. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, when you have the lead, ball security's everything. Just focus on each trip up the floor.
Now here's Melton. 9 points in the game. Left side Curry. Back to Melton. Three-pointer. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Look at SGA, so adept in traffic.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Outside Moody. Back to Curry. And again, no good by Golden State. Oklahoma City leading by 14. To the inside. Intercepted! Pass to Santos. Melton on the wing. There's the three. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Back to SGA. Beyond the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
There is no doubt about it. They've done a great job minimizing all of the external factors.
Curry, that's good.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
SGA passes to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 35 in the game.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Outside Curry. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
SGA finds Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up on the wing, and there's another one for the Thunder.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
The three from Curry, and the rebound goes to the Thunder. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Legs, you look at Jalen Williams coming out of college. Early doubts about his athletic ceiling proving unfounded.
No question about it. There were limitations placed on him as an athlete because he's got a fairly unique build if you think about it. Really long arms and barrel-chested, but his agility really opening eyes.
Well, and you can never underestimate the heart, and he plays with a lot of it.
Absolutely.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Into the lane. And the layup is good off the glass. SGA's got 41.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
SGA against Curry. Back to Melton. Down low. Here's Green. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Green's got 8.
The defense was there offering resistance, but Green, as usual, was up to the challenge.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Both teams will make substitutions. And here are the most accurate point guards in the NBA this season when it comes to field goal percentage. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on top.
And the name of the game is efficiency, especially at the point. I mean, to shoot at that clip says a lot about his skill level.
Well, it speaks directly to his basketball IQ. As their floor leader, he's always out there making the right decision.
Now here's Joe. 6 points for him. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the bucket. SGA's got 43 points.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
It's Podziemski on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Shot from the top of the key. The shot by Podziemski, no good.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Wallace. Puts up a 3. Shot's good. SGA making the play. Give him 8.
No, he is a huge talent, and he's been hitting shots, but so have his teammates. It's been a collective effort.
Here's Payton. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. Payton's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Those are the kind of effort plays that endear you to the coaches, your teammates, and these fans.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Basket counts. SGA's got 45 points.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Pass to Santos. Now Porzingis. And stolen by Hartenstein. Wallace, the pass to SGA. There's 37 seconds left in the third. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Second team foul.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander. 1 shot.
One shot.
Yeah, what's special about Gilgeous-Alexander is how shifty he is, which also makes it so tough on defenses.
Pass to Curry. Porzingis sets a screen. Curry's shot is off.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Wiggins finds SGA. Six on the shot clock. Another one goes! Incredible!
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, right there, he wasn't a ball stopper. He kept his eyes up and his options open.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Quentin Post. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Podziemski in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Oh, he is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
Outside Mitchell. Back to Wallace. Williams passes to Mitchell. No good from outside. And here are the Warriors now. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Nails the baby hook.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Inside. Williams in the post. Guarded by Post. Count it.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Porzingis finds Curry. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Greg?
Well, you know, BA, winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Now here's Porzingis. And here's what the schedule for the Oklahoma City Thunder looks like. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics. Then on Friday, the Chicago Bulls come to town, kicking off a homestand for them.
And for that game against the Pistons, it's always exciting when you get to clash with the #1 team. These guys will be hungry to prove themselves in that one.
And he makes a first.
Standing at 7'3", we have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis. A fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
So he gets them both. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 3. That one doesn't drop.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
Now Curry. Outside Payton. Jacks up a 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
And defensively, when you collapse on Curry in the paint, you have to be prepared for the kick out.
Now here's Wallace. Outside Joe. Let's go with a 3. Pure from three-point range.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
And the shot's good.
Well, the purest jump shot this game has ever seen. Curry's touch, his release, just picture perfect.
Williams, a screen on Payton. Wallace. The three-pointer off the mark. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Pass to Podziemski. Outside Porzingis. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
Wallace, right side. Up and in on the layup. Wallace has got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Pass to Post. Outside Porzingis. Now here's Curry. Guarded closely. Back to Porzingis. There's the triple. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Now here's Wallace. Launches a three. The rebound by Post.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
Outside Curry. Outside Porzingis. And in recent years, Legs, we're seeing a lot of young teams having success. Also, depth playing big dividends. What's changed?
Well, I think with today's up-tempo style, more players have to cover more ground. It just makes sense that younger, deeper teams are better equipped to handle all that wear and tear.
Young players seem to be more welcome, too, in the NBA culture.
No doubt. They're going to get an opportunity sooner.
Golden State has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Pass to Pajemski. Outside Porzingis. Launches it. Hits a three-pointer. Pajemski's got himself on the board with a three there.
Well, they're on the right path now, but still in a pretty big hole.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And the Warriors will go with a different look here. Green's checked in for Post. Santos comes in for Porzingis. Moody's checked in for Payton. And it's Melton in for Pajemski. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Joe. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And they call an illegal screen here.
Now, this is a guy that coaches trust. He's so deliberate with the ball in his hands.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Mitchell's checked in for Williams. Melton with the ball. Checked by Mitchell. Melton outside. The kick out, Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Moody. From deep, Melton. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
After making 2 threes in the first half, the defense has really tightened up on him here, and he's yet to hit one in the second.
Outside Mitchell. Wallace outside. To the paint. Here's Holmgren. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And that's 13 points for Chet Holmgren.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Now here's Curry. Puts up a deep three. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
No coverage that time.
Yeah, we saw the three-pointer from Holmgren in college, trying to carry that success here and now over into the league.
Back to Melton. And with players now able to earn money at the collegiate level, what does that do for the NBA, Legs?
Well, I do think overall it's a good thing. As a former college athlete myself, I love to see these guys get rewarded, and possibly you get to the league, you're a little bit more polished and grown up.
Bottom line is you may have made some money, but when you have a chance to play against the best of the best, that's why you go pro.
There's nothing like it.
Here's Curry, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Pass to Santos. Here's Melton, checked by Mitchell. To win the run. Melton misses.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
The basket counts, and one. He'll go to the line, a chance at a three-point play.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And they have left the defense scrambling because they have found success in the paint, which has allowed them to play inside out.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. Back to Curry. The three is up. He got it again! Sensational! 60 points. This guy can't be stopped right now.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Wallace, left side. Nice ball movement by Oklahoma City. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Wallace has got 11 points here in the second half. Melton passes to Green. Now here's Curry. Okay, Legs, I'm making you commissioner of the league for a day. You get one rule change. What is it?
I think we have to look at a time limit on some of these replays. I know we want to get them right, but for me, if you're taking that long, it can disrupt the rhythm of the game.
Totally agree. And it's the Thunder with the ball. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Here's Wiggins. Santos pulls it in. Santos has got 4 rebounds now. Down low. Back to Moody. Outside Curry. Pass to Green. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry.
And you know if there's anyone who's going to stick their nose in the action, in the paint, it's Draymond Green.
Wiggins with a screen on Melton. Here's Carlson. On the wing, Caruso. Shot is up. The Warriors pull it in. Santos has got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Curry. Shoots. And again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Wallace up top. Melton covers.
2 minutes.
Wallace's shot is good.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
Here's Santos. Back to Curry. Fires the 3. And again for 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make, tying him for second in most threes in a game.
Yeah, moving alongside Curry's mark from 2016. That was the top spot until Clay took it.
Here's Melton, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Green, the pass to Curry. 1:21 left to play in the fourth quarter. Outside Moody. Shoots over Caruso. And there's another one for the Warriors.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Thunder.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And the wins have been piling up for them. Tonight will be their 58th of the year. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They impacted the game in a multitude of ways. Anytime they needed a big play, no matter what it was, he came through. So if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Outside Mitchell. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the shot goes.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
Now here's Wallace. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian.